G'day guys, so we're back on the Calais wagon project again today. Goals for today is to tear this motor trans out and all the front end intercooler and all that. Next up, weld up some holes and fix that god awful mess on that passenger side. Rightio, let's kick off. Okay, so we got the RB30 out, ready to go to the machine shop. So we just need to work out if we're going to use this engine or the other one I've got on the stand. Either one, doesn't really matter, there's no difference. They're both just standard, good running engines. So we're going to get it rebuilt. We're just going to do rings and bearings, put a large turbo cam in it, some head studs and head gasket, nothing too crazy. Probably looking at doing like a Wade 1147C or a Kelford 272 or a 281, something nice, aggressive, but still keeping it hydraulic cam. Yeah, should be big enough to bring that turbo on. We've got a fair size TCE stall converter for the Trimatic. I think it's about a 4 or 5,000 stall. Okay, so we've picked up the last parts of our Trimatic conversion. We've got a tail shaft to suit the Trimatic to the Borg-Warner VL Turbo rear end. We've got our TCE stall converter. It's around a 5,000, so it's a 4 to 5,000 stall, somewhere in that range, we're not quite sure. I think it was 5,000 in old mate's setup. And we have our B&M Pro ratchet shifter, which we're going to sink down inside a console with a Tough Car Parts drop box. So it'll just be, you know, just the handle and the indicator stick, whatever you want to call it, the reverse lockout, sorry, that will stick through the console. I really dig that look, so looks clean. That's what we're going to do. Alrighty. Rightio, so the big VL, she's looking pretty sad and sorry. Got the motor and trans out. We're going to start tearing those fuel lines out. So we're going to do probably a -6 and a -8 fuel system, -8 feed, -6 return. These are like 5/16. I mean, they'll probably do the job, but I mean, we're in here and it's really not that expensive, so why not? Anyway, so the front's tore off again. We've got the intercooler off and whatnot. It was only just mocked up in there to do the cooler pipes. Now we've got to start fixing all the holes and good bits. So we've got the wiring loom out because we are going to go to a link ECU, so we're rewiring it anyway. Rightio, we have a piece. that. Bit of elastic. She's good to go. Sorted. Yeah, no. Alright, seriously. Trying to cut all this out, fix this hole once and for good. Managed to get a section out of VL. So we'll fix this up good. Let's get on it. Rightio. So we've got our piece marked that we're going to be cutting out. Everything's square edged to make joining it easier. Okay, let's cut it out. Okay, we've got the offending metal out. Nice and square cut. All the edges are relatively square. Alright, now let's look at this other piece. Righto. So something like that. Okay. So I've got this bolt here. That's threaded in. That's firm. As you can see through that bolt hole. That bolt hole. This is exactly where she needs to be. Alright. Now we'll reach under here, trace him out, cut him out, weld him back in. Nice and simple. Rightio, so we've traced around it with a bit of engineer's chalk. Why? Well, I'm a Boilermaker and my pockets are literally always got the shit in it, so we'll use it. Let's cut it out. Rightio, so we've got this piece all cut out. As you can see, it fits perfectly. Not gonna lie, I've had to do this a few times before, so it's not my first rodeo. But anyway, so basically you need to make sure these points here line up, because that's what's going to give it away that it's been repaired. So if you can line them up perfectly, it'll look like there was never a repair. Okay, now that's obviously the golden idea, would be that no one would ever known that it had been repaired. So there it is. Alright, now you're gonna have to clean all this up to weld it, obviously, because you can't weld the paint. And of course on the other side, let's try and do this one-handed. There we go, look at that, talent. We've got like this sound deadener or like a spray liner. So obviously that's there, so it's all under there. So really need to, clean that up so we can weld to it. All right, let's get to cleaning. got him all spotted in there. That's perfect. There's no lips or nothing, no jagged edges or nothing that stands up. Okay, now you got to take your time with this. You got to just spot it, otherwise it's going to warp the metal, and it is extremely thin. So just, yeah, nice and steady. Rightio, so now we're up to this stage. We've spotted it all up. Now we need to grind it up. Don't worry, it looks ugly, but it's meant to look like that. You need to take your time with this or it'll just warp the steel. So when you tacking a crisscross pattern and let it cool. Then otherwise the panel is just going to warp and your panel beater is not going to like that. Righto, let's press on. While we're in here, look, we've got a few little holes that are going to weld them up. Just so there's a couple of little things in here cleaned up. Not going to go overboard, just a couple of little holes here and there. Righto. Rightio, so we've got that all sanded up. And we'll throw a little lick of primer over it just to seal it up for good measure.